Okay, I'm going to show you some stuff about using Excel. And Excel is more than just for math and numbers. You can do a lot with it. And I have some things I want to talk about here, and this will keep me on track. I'm doing a steampunk thing here just to show you some stuff. And this won't relate to the animation or other things we're doing, but it'll just help us out. For one thing is you can have as many tabs as you want. If I want more sheets, I can add them up and have more sheets I want, up to 99. And if you want to give something a name, you can just call something anything you want. And I'm just going to call it Steam. And another thing you can do to show things off is you give them tab colors. So I often do this to have things so they stand out for me. And again, you can always rearrange things if you want. You can move sheets over and back. So those are the things you can do, sheet order. If you're typing something and it's very, very long, and it goes over the line, you might worry about this. In some cases, you can just leave it over the line, but let's say you had some stuff here you had to get in. You can just come up here and grab on any of these things and move them. And the same thing for your height of your rows, you can do that. So I'm just, to get rid of that, I'm just going to hit spacebar and she's gone. And I can tighten this back up. If you do know something you want, let's say I want this repeated, come up, click on it, right click, check out what the cell width is, and it'll give you a number here, 22. You say, okay, cancel. And then I could come up to here and tell them all to be the same thing, 22, and it would set them all the same. And I'm just going to back out of that. And same thing for the row height. You can say, what's the row height, if you've got one you like, and then make them all the same. Another thing too is, again, if you want to, you can, don't forget, you can do large, bold, italic, whatever you want. And you can also set the type fonts to different things and to different heights. Okay, and again, in that case, I would need to open this up if I wanted that to stay inside here, etc. So again, I'm just going to back out of these things. So you have a lot of options for things graphically. You can do alignment also, and especially with numbers and such, and lettering. If it's mathematical, if it thinks it's a mathematical statement, it always wants to put it to the right. But these are just dates. We're not going to be doing, they're not part of any math statements. So highlight what you want, and then you can either come down here and click on Format Cells, or you can hit Control number 1, not F1 but 1, and you can do a lot of things like numbers. If you want to, you can tell how many decimal places you want, or in a case like this, dates, you can set it to a certain date formation, or general, or text. If you just want to say something, ignore it. It's not a number, it's text. But again, I'm going to come in here, Format Cell, and I want to go to Alignment. And it normally will be to the bottom and to the right for text, or right for numbers, left for text. But I can say to everything, be at the top, be at the bottom, or be at the left, right, or center. And you can do a lot of formatting that way. Now, when these things are in their small areas, it's kind of hard to see. But you can see here, Mary Shelley's at the bottom, versus here, I can say to go to the top. And you can do what you want there. So again, I'm just going to back out of that. So those are a couple quick things. If you had something that you wanted, like let's say, I'm just going to say Steam, some kind of thing you wanted to repeat, come up, and you see that down here there's this little square. Grab on it. If something's the same, then it will just repeat it for you. Or if you want to do a series of numbers, get two numbers going. You have to have two in a row. And now when I do it, it's going to fill them in for you and put them consecutive. Don't know if you need that for anything, but it's a good thing to know how to do. Okay. Moving cells. If I want to move something over, I click on it, and you see I got that little crossbar there with the arrows. I can move it anywhere I want. Sometimes it might pick up a bit more of the format with it, but you can move things over where you want. Again, to insert something, come up, and come right over here to this along the edge, and say insert, and then you can make a space, and the same thing here. And remember, I'm up not on the first cell, which will do a different insert. This one's kind of a global insert, and move things over. If I wanted to, I could copy things. I could go copy here, copy, come over here, and then paste. It gives you a lot of paste options, and you really just should play with them or Google them to figure out what they do. Again, borders is another thing. If I want to border things, enlarge what I want, and then go to Format or Control 1, not F1 but 1, and come down to Format Cells, and come down to Borders. And then I can put in, I can just use outside and inside, and say OK, and now I have my lines. Or I can do things, let's say I want it on the outside, I can just go to the outside. And let me pull that one over a little bit now. Another thing, let's say I wanted, for some reason, this group separate from the group underneath it. Now I can go to the top or bottom. I can go to the bottom of this one, or I could go to the top of that one. Depends on which way. Either way will do it. Again, Format Cells, and I could put a different line here, and you'll notice that. Or if I wanted these two, I wanted to take that center line out, I could just double click on it or click none, and now it's gone. Actually, I want it back in. So these are some of the things you can do, and also areas to print. If I had other stuff around here I didn't want to print, come up, and you would come up to, you can do it in the when you go to print over here, or you can do it in your page layout, areas to print, and it'll say select print area, and now only this will print, or whatever I wanted. It'll say I wanted only, for some reason, this to print. Same thing up, go up, print, and then that's the error. And then you could do a preview of it where you could see, and it's kind of off the screen, but you can see it here. Okay. So a couple of last things here is colors. I got out a little of my thing here. If I wanted to highlight things, back up to Home, and you can color things, and you can do quite a bit of nice artwork in here if you want to. And different thing. If they don't have a color here you want, you can come up and basically pick up any color you want anywhere and make anything. So you can color coordinate things. So you have a lot of ways to highlight information, and of course you can also highlight the lettering itself instead of just the box. So you have a lot of options to set things off information wise. So anyway, I will on the next video show you again how to do sorting, but I just wanted to go through a lot of things and show you how to move things around. A lot of things are known and some of them aren't, so now you hopefully know them.